push my buttons all the time.
That's what I do. That's what all I'm good for. Just kidding. Okay, let's go. Actually, I want to keep it really simple. We're gonna train our ah vowels off of our e vowels.
Okay.
Now train your e off of your ah now.
Okay.
Your e is just too dark. It's supposed to be a brighter vowel.
Okay.
Naturally, so a little
Okay.
brighter on the e.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Okay.
Now, allow yourself to have a darker ah and a brighter e, both, but blend them. So you could go. This is musical theater. You want that forward, but then for classical, you might want, but just a little more puckered, still forward, but versus is darker. See, the ah is not affected, but the is too dark, right? So you can get the musical theater e going, and then pucker a little bit more, and that will add the depth that you're looking for.
Okay. Okay. So
Let's
start
go to
with
classical.
Okay.
Yeah, now go ah. Yeah, let your ah engage with your support. Ah. Yeah. There. Now let's go. You're starting to get it more engaged. Good. For some reason, your ahs were just slightly disjointed from your support, and
Okay.
then we're fixing that.
Okay.
Good. So if you've been struggling with your ahs at all, that's why. Your e's are so strong because we've been going e, e. We've been practicing engaging. So this week, ah, ah. I'm doing more on your ahs. Yep. Not a wide ah.
Yeah.
Ah, ah. Good. Because even in musical theater, it's just a little bit brighter than the classical. Okay, versus and then the e is just more rounded for the classical. You don't have to place it further back.
Okay.
Does that make
More
sense?
rounded.
They're two
Okay.
separate things you have to do for both
Yes,
vowels.
that's good. Because I was trying to think about the differences between, how I change from classical to musical theater. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
helpful.
Let's
Okay.
do more of a musical theater classical, which is what you were doing. Because we weren't straight up doing musical theater, which would be yeah.
Okay.
So let's do the classical musical theater again. Brighter ahs. Witchy. Good. Now you can prettify it just a little bit. Good. Good. Now put your lip down. Yeah. Yep. So you don't have to keep your lip up to get the bright sound. It's okay if you start it off that way, but then remind it, because sometimes
It's
you
a
just
habit,
need-
and I've started to break it, but
No, it's good.
sometimes I revert to that.
No, me too. You probably picked it up from me in the first place.
I was taught that, so.
Okay. Those ahs are so good. Good. And you don't even have to squeeze to get that note. You're going you're squeezing just a little bit. You
Oh, there's
can.
the last note or all the notes?
On the last note. Just
Oh,
on your
okay.
low notes.
Okay.
You don't have to squeeze. You don't have to go, No, you
Okay.
can just go, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the vibrato will happen naturally. Let it happen naturally.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
See, it happened more naturally there.
Okay.
Because what happens when you squeeze it is, like there's this little break. And it can work as a texture, but and people use it in some stuff, but the best is just to not rely on that, because then you get that smoother and your support's not being squeezed out of the sound a little bit.
Okay.
Good. Now the back of your mouth is getting lazy
Oh, okay.
because you're going lower. The front of your mouth doesn't need to get any taller, obviously, because it actually will inhibit for like yeah. Okay. In the back. Ha. Ha. Yeah. Gargle.
I
Remember
practiced
that?
Yes.
Yeah, did it
I
help
did
you at all?
practice. Well, I had to still do it with water, but I did practice
Yeah.
it. I don't know if it helped, but I did practice
Did it make it easier to open up, like, with the back of your mouth more woken up when you did your gargling versus not doing your gargling?
I don't know.
Pay attention to that, because the answer should be yes.
I know it should be yes, obviously, but I don't know. I haven't made that connection
Do
yet.
you need some water?
I have some water.
Okay. Do some gargling.
I didn't gargle that low. I gargled up mid-range more.
And really think ah while you're doing it. Yeah. You want it that easy between all three. Go ahead and do it again. More water. Nice and relaxed. Now mid. Now. Yeah, you have to think like as if you're still stretching your mouth out here. And I promise you can do it while you gargle too. You can open up your mouth taller while you go up there. Is it comfortable? No. but
No, but it's not terrible either.
Yeah, now go. Do you see how much easier you warmed it up and you forced your body to do naturally what it should be doing because
Isn't that an oxymoron?
It is.
You forced your body to do it naturally.
No. We force our bodies to not do it naturally because we're self-conscious or we just don't know how to hit it, and so we just try what we think. We try to press buttons that aren't there. So what that did is it enabled you to loosen. So yeah, in a way, yes, you're correct. It forces you to loosen. Because we try to force to tighten. Force to loosen is usually what gets you better. Okay, that's really great. Let's do another note, but same thing. Ready?
I can do it without water.
Okay, it's okay. You can practice with both, even if it's not perfect. You're just starting to come along. I'm hearing some even when you're doing it. Good, and on the way down, it's okay, appropriate to close your jaw. So watch mine.
Okay.
So a little hinge and then because I'm going up by octaves, and so there's actually a difference versus not if it was right next to each other, and then the up, of course, up an octave on the higher stuff is all you know. So together. I'm proud of you for trying that without the thing. Now let's sing it. Woo! Look at us. Those notes are so strong for us. Normally this note would not be strong for me, but because I took the time to do this exercise,
Oh.
It's really working. I'm really
Cool.
working through the studio some loosening techniques right now, especially while it's winter season when we have
Are you still taking
all sorts
lessons
of
from
things.
Bettina? No.
No, I want to, but I've been so busy that it's just been.
Yeah.
So I'm
You
gonna
got
see
a
if
lot
I
on your
can.
plate.
I'm gonna see if I can in January if she'll take me, because when you're busy and and she's like, I have another slot, but we'll see. And then also there's this pop culture teacher that I want to try that's in Idaho Falls, so we'll see. Part of another studio. I need to check him out. One, to see if I can refer people to him safely, and then two, if he has some great pop culture technique, then I'd love to. And you should always have a coach. So, anyways, good. That's so cool, because that note is not, I'm not really able to reach that, like just boom. This exercise is so healthy, and it's like, I mean, I know my technique works, but it shocks me. Every single lesson I teach, it re-shocks me. You would think I would be over it, but anyways.
Cool.
It works. It does work. It really does. Anyways, okay, well, let's work on what you wanted to work on first before we get going into some of the stuff I want to get into. Another thing is, when you go back to sing with your choir, once they start up again, make sure you do not revert into the old Jan singing. I think this exercise will help you get there, because we were doing kind of more classical based stuff, whether it's musical theater classical or regular classical. Honestly, the big difference between musical theater classical and classical is just the roundedness, like the roundness of the lips, and then just a little bit darker placement, but it's not a lot. Like, you can keep it pretty, you can even get away with almost keeping it in the same spot as long as you just round your lips a little bit.
I've been working on cinching my lips.
Good.
Okay, memory. This one.
I mean, you should go through your vocal Bible too, and see what's cementing and what we need to re-cement, and then add on to it.
Yeah, a lot of that. I mean, it is helpful. I like it. A lot of it seems so much the same, and maybe it's supposed to be same from one to the next. That a lot of times I don't see what to do necessarily differently. A couple of things, but a lot of it seems a lot the same.
And part of it is comparing things. You have to put it in different comparison situations.
Okay.
Like, if you have, 4 quadrants, from here to here, like, it's different, but it might only have one side difference versus here to here, which is significantly different, because there's this difference plus that difference. So you need to compare, and because there's little tweaks on both, and when you add all of those tweaks together, then it's exotically different, but times that by a million more variations. It's more like a matrice for your voice, but let's not break her brain. No, we won't break her brain today.
Okay, so what I just wanted to go, what to do with the held out notes, because I know they're
like this one, or just the higher ones.
Well, no, all of them. I mean, like even this, it's only cut in half, but it's still long enough, and this is long enough. I mean, even the beat and a half seems kind of long to just. Or should I just hold it? I don't know.
You can never just hold it. Like,
okay, that's what I thought, but I don't know what to do with it.
But some things that are just holding, it's just very small little things that you're doing to make it there. Okay. Sometimes people have to conceptualize it with energy. Some people have to conceptualize it with just holding and then just very gradually forming, instead of an actual going in, because that could change the pitch higher or lower by loosening. It's just a gradual going in to keep it going. As for some people, it just depends how it connects to you. There's other ways to think of it, but let's try it. Let's just hear the first line to all the way to this, and just cut off there. Okay. piano.
Midnight, not a sound from the pavement.
Good.
As
Pause.
the- Yes.
So I think what will help you is steps 8 and 9 on the 10 steps, which is phrasing, because that will help you know what direction you want to go with
Okay.
this.
Okay.
So midnight, which is the stronger syllable? Do you go midnight or midnight?
Well, probably if I was speaking midnight.
There you go.
Okay.
So that already, midnight. Okay.
Okay.
There's a you can do it dramatic, midnight, and for you, but more dramatic, or just midnight, and just gradually back off even more, and then mid. You can go midnight, or you can go midnight, if you want to kind of highlight both. But it can also be like a wave, so like a backwards wave. So it could be like midnight, midnight. You see that where your energy's still going somewhere?
Okay. So did you still accent mid a little more than night?
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
that's what it sounded
So
like.
there's
okay.
mid is still accented more than night, but also even within each syllable. Now we're gonna even get smaller, tedious. We're gonna go midnight. Okay, but now here's the bit. Midnight. See how they still stay there? Midnight. You know.
Okay. I don't know if I can do all of that, but
Yeah.
I might be able to make mid louder than night.
Let's start with that.
Okay.
Ready?
Midnight.
Good. Now it sounds like midnight. If you don't pop the D for
Okay.
whatever reason.
Oh, okay.
Almost treat it like a ending of a word. Midnight.
Okay. Okay. Midnight.
Good, but more connected. Midnight. Like almost just barely brush the D, but pop it. Midnight.
Midnight.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, well, okay.
Okay, strong week.
Okay. So I want it. Okay. Okay. Midnight.
It's getting dark in here.
Yes, it is.
Midnight. Okay, it's
getting
getting
midnight.
a little bit. Let's do it on the vowel. Now let's just do the vowels. And use that to shape. Yeah, now add the text. You went sharp.
Yeah.
Why did you? Let's talk about that. Why did you go sharp?
Maybe my stomach was engaged when I started.
Two things. Stomach over engaged,
Uh huh.
and the meh. You haven't practiced that transition between an M, which is resonating. You can still make phonations with that. Right? Do that. Oh, but you're clenching. See, that's where the problem's coming then. Loosen. Loosen. Good.
Good.
If you don't feel tickling right here, you're probably a little too tight.
Too tight. Where?
On your lips. And potentially here if you're going,
Too tight on my lips. Okay.
it looks better. Just See how it's getting easier? Now, when you're singing you actually can do vowels. Let's see if you can hear the difference in mine. I'm going to go through all 5 vowels. See, some are more obvious than others. I'm going to do it one more time. Okay?
Okay.
So, if you think because that's the first vowel,
Okay.
right? Meh.
Okay. So think it while I say.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
See how much easier? And you don't go out of tune or anything.
Okay.
So we did 2 main steps. We loosened you on the because that was one of the culprits, and then we solidified the but that we kind of did that before. So I guess the 3rd step we snuck in there, and but then after we worked on the then it was just putting the in the
Okay.
Then
I like
you
that.
can do
Okay.
that for ends too. Because the similar things happen. Not good. Not those ones. Those ones though, you still also sometimes need to work out. Sometimes when you say there's certain vowels and consonants that we just fight with and we have to iron out.
Okay. Midnight.
Good.
Say
Now
it very
let's go
loud,
stronger on the first
okay.
one. Midnight. Good. Now what vowel are we thinking about? Night. Yeah. Ah. Ah. The back of your mouth awake. Ah.
Ah.
Yawn.
Yawn.
No.
No.
No. No. No.
No. No. No.
Midnight.
Midnight.
There you go. You fixed the "ite" part. It was barely it's supposed to be at the end. Good.
Midnight.
It's a little bit too lazy in the back. Ah.
Ah. Midnight.
Yeah, it's quite a bit different. We get a little complacent when you're used to lazy vowel speaking and singing. So, let's do this. Yeah, now don't do E, do I. Good. Now do the because you're supposed to do on the I, right? Good, and that should all be smooth, and that's how you smooth things out. Okay.
Midnight.
Good. Now with the strong weak.
Midnight.
Good. Now hit night. Okay, a little bit of a sparkle. Midnight. A little sparkle, not a just a no. Try that. No. Good.
No.
Use your hands just so you can remember.
No.
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 I want you to kind of press like ballerina style, okay? No. Midnight. Okay, now just singing.
Okay. Midnight.
Yep, but the back of your mouth got lazy.
Midnight.
Pretend the I doesn't exist.
Midnight.
Right in the ah above the night. I want you to just think not. A-H. Okay.
Midnight.
We're just gonna do ah. You keep letting that I come in too
I'm
soon.
thinking about other things.
Yeah. I know, right? This is how you
You've
combine
only
them.
given me 10 things to think about.
I know.
That word.
You have to
So
rotate.
I can't do them all at once yet.
Yep, you just have to rotate. So we're gonna go no. Okay. Good. Oh, but gradually the back of your mouth is trying to go "ite," and it's also getting lazy.
Okay.
Keep it ah. Don't taint the ah. Good. That's really good. Now let's do it. Midnight. There you go. See, now you have all the control you want there. You could
Okay.
go louder or softer there.
Okay.
Ready? Midnight, not a sound from the pavement has the... And then see this note that's tied?
Mhm.
Treat that as like a mini crescendo, just a mini crescendo, because you're backing off. You're either going to get softer but supported, or you're going to
Mhm.
get louder and supported. Sometimes what happens when we get softer, we just like, oh, we don't have to actually support it, and then we're like, have to use some weird forced support for the
So
next
where
note.
would you crescendo it?
Just the last note. I would go, so midnight, not a sound from the pavement has the... It's just very little. It's a teeny little crescendo. It's not a ton. It's just enough
Yeah.
that preps you for the next note to not just be not a sound from the pavement, which you could do as an effect, I guess, but we're not quite going for that. Alrighty?
Okay.
Midnight.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have to practice that.
Yep, it's okay.
Midnight, not a sound from the pavement has the...
Yep, and you
Okay.
don't have to do ment quite as you did it, and also V. Oh, V is another one of those. Okay, so pavement.
Okay, where do I breathe? I'm not sure
You
I can
don't.
do the whole thing. Okay.
We can choose a sneak breath. Let's see. Midnight, not a sound from the pavement. How's the moon? If you need a sneak one, do it after pavement. Pavement has, and then that part where you would normally crescendo just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Treat your abs like it's a crescendo, but like a mini crescendo, just a mini, so it's just a little tug, but then breathe after while you're doing that. Has the moon? Then you have the support you need there.
Okay. Midnight has the moon lost her pavement.
It's okay. I like the support you guys are doing. I was going just on the support, so that's fine. Midnight, not a sound from the pavement. Has the
moon lost? Okay, I forgot to breathe.
No, it's okay. And then, even though it's quick, make sure to practice. It's slow down and actually practice. Pavement, 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 pavement. Just do it. Like, it'll help your come out. It'll loosen you up if you're trying to tense up there. Then you have pavement. It'll give you more control of ment, even if you're running long breath.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, if we're gonna do something else, we better switch.
I know, right? Okay. Let's try it again.
Okay.
And mid-nah. Remember
Yeah,
to really
okay.
wake up the back of your mouth.
Okay. Midnight, not a sound from the pavement. Has the moon lost her memory? She is smiling alone.
Good, just
Breath.
a little more breath there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was gorgeous. And then if you need to sneak a breath, go ahead and take a breath after memory.
I do. Okay.
Mhm. And write in your little sneak breaths, whatever you decide.
Yeah.
Just do sneak breaths.
So,
But yeah.
okay.
Perfect. I think you know kind of where this. Should we do some high note ones at all?
Well, let me work on this and see where it
I gave
takes
you
me.
like I mentioned, I gave you like 10 things
10
to work
things to work
on.
yes. Okay.
The main 3 though are on all the okay
Vowel,
to
okay.
start working the sound. If you wanted to actually even like a even more fine-tuned vocalist will even work the n's on the sound. I mean, a lot of fine-tuned vocalists don't even think about that, but they do it naturally. And so even on sound, even though it's a quick, if you really, really wanted to break down each word, sound, sound from the pavement. And now watch when I sing it. Midnight, not a sound from the pavement. See how it's even more resonating? It's because I took the time to work out that teeny little detail.
Mm-hmm.
So even things that you don't struggle with, if you want to just make it more shimmery, all these things collectively add shine together. It's like detailing your car.
It's in the details.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, great.
Okay. Do you want to work some Christmas? Do you
Yeah.
want to work on a song that you want to sing for like an open mic night again? And like, do you want to try pushing yourself maybe in December, like the first week of December, to do something?
Maybe
Just
on
to
my
work on
open
your
mic night would I
performance.
do this yeah,
Yeah.
unexpected song probably.
Yeah.
I need to work on memorizing it.
Okay. Yeah. And so for open mic night, do you want to just do open mic unexpected song, or do you want to do a Christmas song, or do you want to do that and a Christmas song?
Well, let's look at a Christmas song.
Or you could even do 2 open mic nights, or just do one that's like 2 weeks from now or a week from now, and then do another one. That's
I don't think
2
it'd
weeks
be ready in
after
a
that.
week with this one.
What time? What date? What's the date today?
Let's see. Let's see. Next week would be the 19th.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah, that would be a good day to perform, but I don't want you to feel rushed because the 26th is Thanksgiving, basically
Yeah,
a part of
yeah.
Thanksgiving. So then the next Thursday would be the 3rd.
The 3rd.
And then there's the 10th, and then after that, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna kind of close down.
Yeah.
I mean, they might try to on the 17th. There's a maybe, but for sure, I think at least lessons wise, I'm closing down starting that week.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's look at a Christmas song and see see how that goes
Okay.
compared
I
to
mean, let's just
other
even
songs.
start. Let's even just start here. I might need to actually pick up a Christmas. I don't know if I have just a Christmas book, but let's start with some hymns in here.
Well, and I can put something off if there's a karaoke.
Yeah,
Then
absolutely.
we could pick a song and I could just find it on karaoke.
Oh,
and
that's true.
Sing it with that.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that after we pull out some of these. Is there a particular hymn you would like to sing, like "Joy to the World" or
No, I haven't thought
"Angels
about
We
it.
Have
I
Heard
haven't
on
thought of
High"?
him actually, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, we were working on a slow song. Let's do kind of something a little silly. Let's do "Angels We Have Heard on High," slow, and then let's do it fast.
Okay.
After we do it slow. So since we're doing it slow, I want you to work on the same types of things. Try to resonate through your N's and V's and M's.
Okay.
Let's start with just that, and then just making sure you get nice support.
Okay.
Sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains near by, echoing their joyous strains. Breathe if you have to. Gloria. Since we're going slow. In excelsis Deo. Resonate. Gloria. In excelsis Deo. Really nice support. For me, I wasn't working on my support. I was mostly listening. But really good, because those are super long phrases when you do it that slow, and you were like getting that support going. So good job. Okay. Now, and just remember to keep your vowels as loose as possible. Let's do O now, since we haven't worked on that. Glow, glow. We gotta fix that vowel. Glow, 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 glow. What are we saying in the back of our tongue? Yeah. Yep. So think of that and make sure you know that of that exercise. It literally needs to be that woken up on the So let's do go.
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 Go. That helps train the O, right?
Go.
Now let's say we can say glow. 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 Is what I'm hearing. The front of your mouth still says O. Good. You're putting so much ah that it still sounds ah. It needs to be a sound on the back of your tongue, but the front of your tongue needs to say O.
Okay.
And your lips. Oh, oh,
Oh.
oh, no.
No.
So,
So.
glow. Good. Glow. Because we're doing classical.
Okay.
Good. Now we're going to go slow because you're in and out of your placement. You found the right balance, but also obviously from low to high there's some adjustments you make, but you're making some adjustments that fall back into
okay.
the unbalanced glow.
Okay.
Glow. So. Did you hear that? Now
Yeah.
You need to find a new placement. What's Yeah. Perfect. There. Yep. So the main stumper was that. It seems like just that go up note. your placement, you had to refine your placement, which is just a matter of
I
practice.
just had to think about it. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing that sucks about voice lessons is then you have to actually think about it instead of just like I just want to sing.
No, it's good exercise.
Awesome. Okay, let's do a faster one. Ready? Angels.
Okay.
I'm gonna do acapella. Okay. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Improved both of our O's. So if you want to work a third vowel, you could go ahead and do O. Especially if you were doing this one, I felt like it'd be pretty necessary between Deo and Glo.
Yeah.
Okay. And now do you want to do like a fun one?
Yeah, so like for open mic night, what kind of,
That would be fine too. For Christmas, it's Christmas, you know?
Yeah.
You can get away with a lot. Now, do you want like, you can also do like, Grandma got run over by a reindeer,
not quite
or
that fun.
Okay, Christmas
secular would
wish
be
list.
fine.
Christmas wish list is the one I could see you singing too. Here's my grown-up list.
No, thank you.
We could do.
I like classics.
We could do
White Christmas or
the Sleigh Bells Ring.
Sleigh Bells Ring. Yeah, I like that one.
Or
Walking into
Chestnuts.
Wonderland, Chestnuts.
Chestnuts. That
That'd
also
be
would
pretty.
be a good one to work between your two vowels there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do Chestnuts.
And it's not
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that real quick. No, put a little bit of behind the very back of it. Did that help you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it is but just a little touch of on the back of there, especially because we're higher up too. That even more requires it just a little bit. Cool. Let's pull that out. Let's see if we can find a good key or something to be in on it. YouTube. Boom. And then let's do karaoke. Here's the Nat King Cole version.
JCPenney's TGI Black Friday in store and at jcp.com. Save extra on diamonds and sweaters with your coupon.
I need more diamonds and sweaters.
Joy, comfort, peace. JCPenney.
Yep.
Diamonds are a necessary part of life. Just kidding. You can also hold the phone if it's helpful.
Oh, I can see that. Okay. Know it well enough to kind of know.
Okay.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Good. I can tell you're warmed up too. It's great. But now let's add the confidence to it. Confidence. Position. I need some good root. I need some, yeah. And if it makes it so you bend to have to see the words, I would rather just,
Okay.
you know.
And then hold it.
A stand. I don't really want to fidget with it though.
Yeah, that's okay. I can hold it faster. C sharp. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season
Okay, that sounds gorgeous, by the way. Very beautiful. I can tell that we warmed up your vowels. It sounds good. Now, the way you're approaching this is as if you were doing a choir solo, but not quite a choir solo. It's like you're singing as if you were in the choir, but you're soloing. So you're kind of fading into your, instead of.
I'm not really sure of the coming in on this.
Yeah.
Because I haven't sung it with this
Just-
music yet before, but yeah.
Okay, so the thing that's tricky about jazz is it makes you feel like off balance a little bit. It's like kind of has this late feel.
Okay.
Just count. Just find the beat and then just boom. You just count it yourself as the vocalist. Let's see if we can. Do you see how it has that late fill? It just goes slightly behind. Just.
Do
you feel that?
on an open fire.
Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Good. Now feel free to also loosen up, too. If you can be like chestnuts rubbing at your nose, or you can go chestnuts nipping at your nose. It's literally made to give you this extra time that doesn't really exist in the measure. So you can technically even come in late. So it could be like chestnuts. There's so many variations. I recommend most of the time coming in on time unless you're doing a response on jazz, which is like chestnuts nipping da 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 da, or vice versa. If they're chestnuts nipping at your nose, or something like that. Like they're just
Okay,
coming.
well, I'm not going to do that, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, so chest. I would just come in on a chest and come in like just confident. Even if you come in late, come in confidently because you can catch up. And jazz is made to do that.
Okay.
As long as you catch up. Just start moving your body. Kind of dance to it a little bit, so you can kind of feel the beat a little more. Versus.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
Good. And that first note, you just come in confidently, okay? Normally the orchestra would follow you for when you want to start for jazz because you're the soloist. But in this case, if you come in, it's okay if you come in early, but come in confidently.
Chestnuts. That's a big jump.
Hey, ah!
Hey, oh, hey, oh,
Eh.
eh.
Let's get the F centered better. It's more forward.
Eh, eh,
There you go.
eh,
Ah!
oh, eh, oh, eh, oh,
Do you want to do classical? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. It still sounds pretty. It's like a jazz classical. But yeah. Well, if you leave your top lip out of it. Wants to do because it loosens up other muscles. Yeah, now just make sure instead of pushing out with your eye, push in. Good. Yeah, go really tight for a minute. Now a little bit looser. There, you found it. There, that's the right balance. Sometimes you have to go a little tighter and looser and then find the difference. Not enough support. Good. Now you're using the right amount of support, but you're squeezing so much in, and then stuttering at the sound. The sound needs to come at the same time as the tightening. Good. Yeah, this technically does split second come first, but you almost need to think of it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep. Chestnuts roasting on a... Just that far.
Chestnuts roasting on
Good.
an
And make
open
it
fire.
feel easy. Chestnuts. Chestnuts.
Chestnuts.
Yep.
Chestnuts
Yep.
roasting.
Now your vowel needs to be loose. Oh.
Oh, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Chestnuts roasting.
Chestnuts roasting.
Good.
Chestnuts.
Don't prep for it at all. Chestnuts.
Chestnuts.
Yeah.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
There you go. Now you can go chestnuts, chestnuts.
Oh, I think we should just lip sync. I'll move my lips. and
No,
sing.
no, no. You have this. Yeah, get that nice. Now get it really rich. Do it. So part of your remember how you associate rich with having to squeeze here a little bit, and it stops the support. Try not squeezing it. Just sit on the note. Good. Now get louder. Get louder. Can you get louder?
No.
Okay. Well, that usually means there's a problem.
There you go.
Okay. So let's get quieter first. Why could we get louder all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Because we loosened the right muscles before you were inhibiting some muscles. Let's see if you can get louder just out of boot. Yeah. Whenever you can't get louder or softer, both directions, get the note loosened out. And so, one way to wiggle it is loud versus soft. So go the route where that is allowing you to go, and then back off. So if it's only letting you get louder, then go first. If it's only allowing you to get softer, then go because then you'll find that better placement. Does that make sense? And sometimes it's the vowel. Sometimes we have to do our best vowel, E, and then merge too. That's another trick to loosen. It's just when something gets tight, you massage it up and down, to the right and left, around. You know, that's
Okay.
kind of what we're doing. Okay.
Okay, well, I'll work on it.
Chest.
Chest.
Too much air.
Chest.
We could do that.
Chest.
Santa baby.
No. Oh, my husband would leave the house.
Chestnuts roasting. I almost want to do a version of that like that. Just
Chestnuts
roasting
on an open
Ultimate seduction one.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go back to support.
Okay.
Chest.
Chest.
Let's pretend we're like in a big boom band that's like on Broadway. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Okay, just for a moment to get our support down.
Okay.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. I want to hear you, Joe. That was good.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Okay, now the only thing I want you to go back, except for nuts. I actually want you to hit it the same way.
Chestnuts.
No, you did the opposite. You did chest. No,
Chestnuts.
go chestnuts.
That's how you want me to do it?
Try it.
Chestnuts.
That's sounding better already.
Ah.
Good. Just vowels.
I can take vowels, but they won't be the right ones.
Okay, go slow. Good, now with words.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Good, now just you.
Chestnuts roasting.
Keep going.
Wasn't very good. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
It actually is good. You've gotten a lot better. Was it perfect? No. But if you keep slapping yourself the minute it's not perfect, you're actually going to tense yourself up. So actually, instead, look at what's better. That was way better. Way smoother. and beautiful and more natural vibrato happen. Do that again.
Chestnuts roasting on an open
Good.
fire.
Now let's go chestnuts.
Chestnuts.
Good. Now go nuts.
Nuts. I
No,
changed
it's
pitch.
okay. Let's do it together. Nuts. Nuts. So your support stays almost the same. It does. That's not what's changing it. It's placement. How fast you're letting the air escape. So
Okay.
it does take a little support, but it's not the same kind of support change as from low to high.
Okay.
You're using the low to high one to try to do the other
Okay.
one. It's a lot more subtle. It's like, you know, on the, have you played any string instruments?
Mhm.
Have you played like violin or cello? Or,
Mhm.
Okay. It's like the difference between the fine tuner and the peg. We've been doing peg tunings. Okay?
Uh-huh.
But we're not actually bending the pitch like up and down like a fine tuner would. But
Right,
it's
okay,
it's
yeah,
just
I
a
get it.
different one.
Okay, I
Like,
get it.
let's do the loud to soft. See? It's a little bit different type of support.
Okay.
It does, you do feel it here, but it's just slightly different.
Okay.
And it's mostly placement here. Because if I keep my placement the exact same, I can't get quieter.
So how are you changing the placement? Explain that to me.
Well, so it's not
The
watch my
placement
tongue.
of-
Does my tongue move at all?
No.
Yeah, it's not the tongue because that would influence once again the pitch as it being tighter or forward or back, like
Mhm.
darker. It's a little bit similar to the concept of forward versus dark. You know, forward
Mhm.
versus back. But it's not like. Yeah, I can do it back too, right?
Mhm.
But what's my mouth doing? I can do it with my mouth not moving as much. It's just it's mostly in here, but it's just like once again, it's fine-tuned movement on like this tongue and where the resonance is hitting placement.
Okay.
I wonder if you could see if you can feel any resonating on my cheek. Do you feel it? Now I'm going to change volume. Do you feel a
Yeah,
difference?
yeah.
A difference in
Mhm.
where the resonance is happening?
Mhm.
What was happening with it?
Well, it seems like when you changed, it moved front to back a little bit, but
Yeah.
I can't remember which one's
Yeah.
which. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, now try to figure out which was which.
Okay.
And now this time I'm not going to even move my facial muscles as much.
Okay, louder came forward.
It's always going to be more piercing when it hits certain here. That's why some people don't like it quite as far, because then it sounds too bitey to them.
Mhm.
For certain things, you want the bite. You
Mhm.
want the resonance to be there as long as you're adding shape with it. So it's kind of a mixed concept between that and a little bit of a support, but it's fine tuning more than bigger adjustments.
Okay.
So I would do the exercise, the loud to soft. Let's try a few. Let's
Okay.
do it on the for chestnuts. Yeah, and go slow, and then really let yourself revel on the loud side, and then gradually get softer. Like, do a fast one so you can really feel it, but do slow ones. The slow ones are where you train your voice, where your voice subconsciously trains itself
Okay.
the most,
Okay.
is the slow ones,
Okay.
even though they're a pain. So, but at the same time, if you're in a time crunch, I would say do a couple slow ones and then do most of them as fast ones if you're trying to get through them faster. Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, so it's
Probably-
like boring, tedious stuff, but yeah, let's go ahead and do the song, and you can learn it for Christmas, Christmas karaoke or.
Okay,
What do you
and I'll
think
work
about-
on Unexpected Song, but I'll also work on either this one or
Yeah.
a different one.
And you've really got it. Like, you really are sounding so good. They're just little tweaks, and sometimes you get one and then another one slides out of place. But
Yes, I know that.
you really
I
are
know
sounding
that happens.
so much better.
That's my biggest problem.